And finally, alternative investments. As we think about the market environment that we're in, and we see the obviously record high volatility in March, the question is that volatility going to continue? So over the last many years, we've seen below average volatility, as this next chart shows. In fact, over the last couple of years, record low volatility. And so that, in a record low volatility market, alternative investments are not very popular. Why hedge when there's not a reason to hedge? But volatility is rising, and as we can see, volatility is broken out above the average, and we think this trend is going to continue. Given the remarkable uncertainty and all the economic data that's in front of us that's going to have some variability, we think volatility in the market's here to stay. So alternative investments make sense at a moment like this, whether it's a hedge fund that hedges risk, market neutral, whatever the case is. There are opportunities in the alternative world. Our favorite is private equity. Now, private equity isn't for everybody. It ties your money up for a period of time. But our reason we like private equity is it's low correlation. It doesn't have the volatility, maybe the same risk, but not the volatility of equity. And it tends to get higher rates of return over time, especially if you do your due diligence well. This next chart shows one of the reasons we like it so much. Private equity has raised a tremendous amount of money, so there are less funds out there, the orange line, and there's significantly more capital than we've ever seen. What a great time for private equity to have cash. We've just gone through one of the most remarkable stress tests on business in history, and now private equity gets to come in there with cash, with this knowledge, with this clear lens, and make investments. To us, that makes a lot of sense, and it's not subject to the whims of the public markets going up and down. As a matter of fact, valuations in private equity, as next chart will show, are actually still less expensive than the public markets. And that's not always the case, but right now that is the case. So we do like the private equity space. We do like alternative investments. We do want to hedge risk against some of these volatile markets.